Welcome to ESPN West Palm's High School Game Day, presented by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. Here's your host, Theo Dorsey.
Good people. They're calling it already the greatest Friday night in the history of Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast football, but I'm not one for hyperbole. In fact, I'm just Theo Dorsey, and I'm here to give you the highlights of Week 11 right here on High School Game Day. I mean, when it comes to overtime finishes, Hail Marys, rivalry games that have revived themselves and also came down to the wire, we have got it all, including, of course, we have to start with what happened tonight. West Boca versus Atlantic, a battle of two of the top teams in the state, not just the area. Number 1 Atlantic versus number 3 West Boca. Let's start in the second quarter. West Boca up 6-zip, not for long. Touchdown, Teddy Hoffman. That's a big score right there. 2 blocked extra points has the game tied at 6-all. And then it was the JV and Mallory show. Have you heard of them? Have you ever tried to tackle them? It's really hard. It's actually very hard. As you see him doing what he does best, the touchdown right there, 2-point conversion is good. 14-6 West Boca at the half. Third quarter, how about some more Mallory? Remember last year it was the Hail Mallory. It came down to the end. That's how West Boca won the playoff game in this rematch to close the regular season. It was just, well, Mallory. More of him in the second half, making it happen on the ground. And immediately the Eagles going to try and answer here. Great catching touchdown by James Jones. That ball perfectly placed by Lincoln Graff. We have ourselves a game in West Boca. But nothing would happen until the late in the fourth quarter after an Atlantic fumble on the 6-yard line. West Boca gets a passing touchdown. Anderson Gracilian. That's going to seal the deal. 28-14, West Boca. Defending the Hail Mary game from a year ago, West Boca remains undefeated at 9-0. Atlantic, number 1 team.
ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. Woo!
Appreciate the Pahokee cheerleaders. As I was saying there, Atlantic falls to 8-1, their first loss of the year. How about 2024 Muck Bowl right here? First time since 2017, both teams came in with the winning record, and the only points of the first half was that safety by the Glade Central Raiders. It was all defense. And here's some offense for you. How about it? Coming out of the locker room, we're going to get a couple of big plays by the Raiders. One right here connecting on the touchdown, and then you're going to find your guy. Oh, my. Getting done like that at the Muck Bowl, that's something serious. The Raiders showing why they have been so dominant this year. Pahokee not going away quietly, though. Zay Mitchell, using the legs, finding the pylon. He's going to make it shake. The Blue Devils are on the board, and 4's up. We enter the fourth quarter. This right now, 16-9, and Pahokee ties it with this touchdown. We are all tied up and headed to overtime as the Blue Devils and the Raiders are putting on a show in front of the whole 5-6-1. The Raiders get the ball first play. And that's going to be a tutty right into the end zone, right into your living room. Glade Central. Here it is to seal the deal. 4th and 1. Pahokee needs just a yard, but it get -5. And the Raiders run off with it at home at Glade Central. Belle Glade is on fire right now as they get the big-time win. And Coach O in his first year gets to lift up the trophy in front of Hall of Famers.
Man. All glory go to God, man. All the glory. We've been working our tail off this summer, man. A lot of people didn't really believe, and we made them a believer. Them kids, man, played their tail off today. And, man, I know a lot of people in the stands, man, heart was probably thumping tonight, but guess what? We are Muck Bowl champions, baby. Yes, how you love that.
November showers for Coach Omar Hagabook in year 1. How about LaBelle at American Heritage SSAA Atlantic playoffs? And they're looking for their first playoff win since 2018. Jack Wigington, with the fumble recovery right there, and that's going to lead into a Jaden Deser. I mean, that's too easy. He hit the easy button right there, 3 for 6. And here goes a rushing touchdown from quarterback Mason Caston. his 9th on the year, crossing the plane, and again, the Stallions making it look easy. How about one through the air? You got it on the ground. Can you show me the arm? And oh, he does. It hits him in stride. Jonathan Caesar all the way for the score. American Heritage making it shake. All of that was just in the first half. The Stallions keep scoring in the second half as well. They win it 35-zip and advance to the SSAA state semifinals. 2 wins away. Benjamin at St. Andrews, a cross-county battle. They haven't played each other since 2021. What's it going to look like? Shake hands, fellas. Nice to meet you. How about we play a little football? First 2 plays of the game. Kickoff to Benjamin, and the Bucks get it going early. How about you come right up to the sideline, kick it around the edge. One man to beat. Can he do? He doesn't. He doesn't. Well, then, now we got to run an offensive snap, and Phoenix Danya, 48 yards, Phoenix Ganya. See you later. Pumping his arms like Isaiah Pacheco in the track finish. I heard he runs a 10.9 in the 100. I got to see it, but 2-4 making you believe it on that run right there. The Bucks, well, they're up 14-zip after a pick 6 on the Scots first play. And here it is next, Jaden Vega. How about we go deep? How deep? 70-yard touchdown right down the sideline to Adam Balongoli. Oh, excuse me, I got to get this right. Balongoli. Excuse me, he plays linebacker, receiver all over the field. And I wouldn't screw up his last name in front of him. The dude looks pretty sick of an athlete. Rising senior there. Benjamin wins 46-7. Big time win. Let's move on. Fort Pierce Central versus Fort Pierce Westwood. The showdown. The last 3 meetings were all within a score. This one no different. Second half, Anthony Lamantia. He's going to get a big time run right here. And then we're going to get the quarterback hitting A.J. Hill on a slant. That's a touchdown for Central. A little tightness in the calf there. He gets that figured out. How about E.J. Weathers for Fort Pierce Westwood? The magician. Escape Hall of Fame. He tosses the ball to the sideline. How did he get out of that sack and deliver the throw? That leads to this touchdown right here. Or actually, excuse me, not a touchdown, a big run. And then as they were down late in this game, they capped a 97-yard drive with 57 seconds left. With that Marquez Burgess touchdown, now Westwood up 31-27. Last chance for Fort Pierce Central. It's the showdown, the rivalry game that everybody's out to watch. Hail Mary time. Will it go down like Commanders and Bears? Tip, tip, hooray! If you are a Westwood fan. Interception by Deion Jackson. Fort Pierce Westwood, they win 5 out of their last 6. They win this one 31-27, the most important game on their calendar. The showdown goes to Chris Coquel and the Panthers. Wow. Okay, that was great. But Thursday night, our guy Kate Chumsden was at a big-time game as well. What's this, Kate?
We're at Wildcat Country, Theo. It's the Royal Palm Beach Wildcats hosting the Dr. Joaquin Garcia Bulldogs. I'm going to take you straight into the second half. Bulldog down 14-7, but no more. That's Zion Vilma. He just had an interception the play before. He gets that touchdown. They fail on the 2-point conversion. They're down 14-13. But the Wildcats were answering right back. Great out route pass by Max Greiner. They do convert on an incredible 2-point conversion where it was a missed snap on the extra point, but then the holder literally just takes it and runs it in himself. It's 22-13 for the Wildcats. Now they do get a field goal. Dr. Joaquin Garcia does. So right now they're only down 6. But there's only 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the game. There's a good out route by Vincent Lewis. And then check out this dime. Butler to Isaiah Harris, who comes down with it, and they get the extra point. Garcia, with exactly 60 seconds left on the clock, has taken the lead 23-22. But Theo, you are a Chiefs fan, and you should know that any amount of time is available for a team to come back. This was a textbook drive at the end of the game. And then look at this. This is by far the play of the game. Say hello to freshman Demetrius Gibson. Get up for that one, young man. He takes it on the sideline. They're still about a 40-yard field goal out, but they want to give their kicker a little love. So what do? They go right back to the well with Gibson inside the 5-yard line. 6 seconds left. They do get that timeout called in time. And then here it is, the hero of the moment, Tony Bauer, over the upright, and it is through. The Royal Palm Beach Panthers Royal Palm Beach Wildcats, I should say, do come back for the 25-23 victory. Here's Coach Kenyon immediately after the game.
I mean, to come back, the way we came back, fought a lot of adversity, had a lot of silly penalties, had a couple of costly turnovers in the first half, and just to be able to battle back and literally in that one last minute be able to march down the field and take over the lead was huge for not only the kids but also the coaches as well and the fans.
That's a big win. Will it be enough to get them into the top 10? We'll have to see next week. But let's take a look at how the top 10 fared this Thursday and Friday night. Look at that at the top. The top two schools lost. I haven't seen anything like this in quite a while. You probably got to go back to last year where the top two schools in the top 10 lost. Atlantic, of course, dropping to 8-1, and Cardinal Newman 7-1 after they lose to Buckles, just 14-7. A good close game, but that means there could be a new number one atop the polls as West Boca remains undefeated, 9-0, and they knock off the top seed. We'll have to wait and see, but it's looking good for the Bulls. You move all the way down the ladder and you see an opening for some of these other teams that have powered their way up. But before I get to that, how about this? Shout out Mickey Grudy and John Carroll Catholic. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but I see that record, 10-0. Glade Central, 8-0, and they get the big-time win. We'll see if they can finish off a perfect regular season. But again, 9-10 also lose. So there's a spot there for maybe a Royal Palm. Right? Like there's a couple other teams on the back end that can sneak their way into the top 10 poll as we get ready to enter the postseason. But speaking of, it's time for the fast-paced highlights. It's time for the 2-minute drill, and we start at number 4, Palm Beach Central at Dwyer. Senior night for the Panthers, but the visiting Broncos stole the evening. I mean, it was close early. And then the Broncos pull away 38-14 the victory. They remain a one-loss team going into the postseason. How about St. John Paul at number 7, John Carroll Catholic? Big pass and catch and a touchdown. True Smith is true to this. They win big, 59-8. Perfect season so far. First one since 2002 for the Rams. How about Inlet Grove at Palm Beach Gardens? A blowout, 35-7. Only the second win on the year for the Gators, but a huge way to cap off a season that's been a little disappointing. How about we move on to Suncoast at Palm Beach Lakes? Look at this. A botched snap. Palm Beach Lakes 90-yard fumble return touchdown from their main man, Christopher Holmes. They win 54-14, their second win of the season. Lakes on top. Forest Hill at Park Vista. Look at you go. We got overtime in this one. Park Vista wins it 27-26. They've won 3 straight and 6 of the last 7. They're going to wrap their season against Santa Lucius, but that's going to have to wait until tomorrow. Let's get right on to the plays of the week. This is where you can get involved. It's that season, right, where you get to make your opinion count. You get to cast that ballot. How about you get online, ESPN West Palm on Twitter or ESPN West Palm on Instagram, ESPN Top 63 on Twitter /X, and that's where you can vote. But what are you voting on? Well, the top plays of the week. Here goes a couple of honorable mentions because we had so many great ones. Let's start with number 1 from Westwood. This shouldn't be an honorable mention. This is a game-sealing interception right here. Tip, tap, I think I'll have that. That sealed the deal. I mean, if he doesn't get that interception right here from Deion Jackson, Westwood could have lost this game to Central. Let's see it again in slow motion just so you can see how close this was. Central is down by 5. And we go back to this Hail Mary throw. I want you to see it in slow motion. This right here off of number 1 space mask. Number 1 for Fort Pierce Central almost got the win, but they sealed the deal, and the Commanders are blushing. Option number 2, actually honorable mention number 2, American Heritage. You got Jonathan Caesar blowing by the defense. Nobody even close to him in frame. Going untouched in stride all the way for 6. Great throw, great route, amazing catch. The defense, they got some stuff to work on. All right, let's get to the actual options you can vote on. Let's start at the Muck Bowl. Glade Central, Armand Stenford catches the ball and makes, oh my gosh. I mean, what happened right there? I got to see it again. That juke move in that level of a game on this big, oh no, he's reaching for air. He's diving at ankles. He's scoring a touchdown. That's option number 1. Option 2, Royal Palm Beach freshman Demetrius Gibson. He's going to head towards the sideline. Let's see what he does. I haven't even said. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. I think that's a first down and a little bit more. Catches that, it bounces off of his chest. He gets a 1.5 feet in bounds, and it's a catch. Big time catch there. That's option number 2. Option 3, Benjamin Adam Beluganali from Jaden Vega. Good catch. Body towards the QB, makes a couple of guys miss, and he's in for 6, a 70-yard touchdown, making 2 defenders. Watch this. Watch this. Hey, y'all are on the same team. What you doing hitting each other? You're supposed to hit the dude with the ball. I wouldn't want to hit him either. He looks pretty big. Benjamin touchdown. That's option number 3. Option 4, Palm Beach Gardens. Oh, one more time. Palm Beach Gardens, David Lubin, one-handed catch, diving into the end zone. Oh yeah, that's sick. That's sick. I love it. That's body control, that's dexterity, that's concentration, and finishing the catch through the ground. Touchdown Gators. Those are your 4 options for Play of the Week. So make sure you hop on Instagram at ESPN West Palm, hop on Twitter/X at ESPN Top 63, and vote. That's how we'll know what you think was the best. And personally, one of those honorable mentions, the Fort Pierce Westwood interception. I know Chris Coquel gonna hit us up and say, hey, what gives? What happened there? That's how we won the showdown. I'm with you. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't count. You have your options right there, the top 4 that you can jump in and make a vote for. Now, we do have some makeup games next week, so we'll be back for first round of the playoffs the following week. Thursday, we're going to have a bunch of teams showdown for one last regular season game, and in those games, there's going to be a couple of things decided. I mean, there's district championships on the line. There's playoff spots on the line. So stay tuned with us on next Thursday. We'll be posting up those highlights on the YouTube page. We'll be sending you the information through Instagram. Of course, next week we'll have our next poll as well, but no game of the week next week. So no location for me to unveil. Sorry about that. And we can't wait for round 1 of the playoffs. Hopefully we break the drought. We can break the FHSAA state title drought in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that has now gone over a decade. We gonna see. For everybody that's helped this whole production go in line, from Brian Roas to Cade Chumslin, all of our shooters tonight, Kenneth and Mike throughout the season, Colin, everybody that got involved with High School Game Day, thank you so much. We love you. We'll see you next week. Peace out.